shot this girl over some damn food, man.
What,
No, I saw everything. Man. She shot the girl and everything. I told her.
Started as a completely normal afternoon at McDonald's, Atlanta. A drive-through order, a complaint about missing food, a typical frustration that happens thousands of times a day. But what happened over the next few minutes would leave 3 sisters in police custody, a mother of 4 dead, and 2 separate families permanently shattered.
Oh, please help me. I need a lawyer or something.
Okay, so listen. Don't write no statements. We've been talking to lawyers already. They're going to come down there and talk to you tomorrow. They said do not talk over the phone. Don't talk about it over the phone. You are going to be okay.
I want to come home.
I know you do. What's your charge? Did they give you any charge? Did they charge you again?
The investigator came and said murder, aggravated assault,
and possession of firearm during commission of a felony.
And possession of firearm during a felony. I don't got a felony.
Murder is a felony.
Oh.
No, you're not a felon.
No, murder is a felony, so you can't have it.
Murder is the felony.
What you said, Murder. But she's not a felon.
No one said.
On December 27, 2023, police officers rushed to the McDonald's on Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard. By the time they walked through the doors, the scene was already pure chaos. Witnesses were shaken, employees were crying, and on the floor was 30-year-old Taniah Woods, a mother of 4 who was just shot in the chest and is being rushed to the hospital. According to early witness accounts, the conflict started at the drive-thru. 3 sisters, furious over an incomplete order, brought their frustration inside the restaurant. When they started arguing with the staff, Taniah stepped in to defend the worker, her friend. What began as a shouting match quickly escalated into a physical scuffle, ending with a single devastating gunshot. To piece together exactly how those final seconds unfolded, officers went straight to the back office.
Is there another angle?
Yeah.
Like literally like right in front of the door. Like where everybody's standing right now. Is there a camera there?
All 3 sisters were brought into custody and interrogated separately. The first to sit down with detectives was Malo, 24 years old.
What's your name? Who? Marlo? 1 second. Spell your first name for me.
M-A-L-O.
M-A-L-O. What's your last name?
Woods.
And what's your date of birth?
Oh.
McDonald off of Ralph McGill. And you was there during that time. What happened out there that led to this event?
From the beginning, so we were in the drive-thru line, ordering food, trying to place 2 orders through the drive-thru. 1 for cash, 1 for card. They informed us that since they're short on staff, that because it seemed like they had, the lady who first took our order seemed like she had a little attitude or whatever. So when we went to the window, it was a different lady, and she explained to us, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm new to working or whatever." And she was like, "Oh yeah, we all understand," because at first we thought it was attitude or whatever. So we paid for our food, went to the second window to receive our food, and we looked in our bags, didn't have everything in it. So we went inside to tell them with our receipt and let them know that all our food was not in our bags. So, let me not miss this. Okay, so we were still waiting for our food. Then somebody in the back said, "Can y'all, why they still here?" And then one of my sisters made a comment and said, "If we had all our food, we would be gone." So then, after one of the ladies in the back said that, the lady who was in the front register, I guess she catch drift of all the emotions or whatever. And see, my sister was like right here. This is, where people stand, and this is their, whatever. My sister was right here getting the sauce from there inside, and the lady from the cash register was like, back up, doing this like this. And she had an attitude, and I'm not sure what my sister said to her. Then the lady who had got shot was saying, she had spoke up and said something and was telling the girl, like, I already know, like, girl, so basically like trying to stick up for the register lady. The other lady, I guess the lady taking up for the register lady felt like that was her way to get buck or get big. So she was just walking back like, yeah, because nobody wants smoke, like nobody want to, basically trying to antagonize, saying she want to fight or whatever. And then one of my sisters was like, what you doing all that for, or something, saying like you could clock out or whatever. And then one of my other sisters was just saying the same thing. And the lady in the back, and the lady who was the guest who spoke up for the cash register lady, was saying stuff like antagonizing too, basically saying, oh, called somebody and told them to bring her fire in or whatever, because these 4 hoes tripping or whatever, something like that. And one of my sisters said something like, I got it on me, shoot who or whatever, like basically saying she was gonna, the lady was basically saying she was gonna shoot first. Then as we got our food, one of the managers, I guess she was a manager at when McDonald's, she had came up to me and my other sister, the pregnant sister, and asked us like, did y'all get everything? Are y'all okay with y'all need or whatever? And me and my sister were okay, and we was walking out. And then the other lady still kept talking crazy. As we walking out, me and my other sister trying to get me and my 2 other sisters to leave out. And then next thing you know, the lady who told somebody to go get their fire had walked up to one of my sisters. And when I looked, I saw her hand, I don't know what she did. Her hand went like this and my sister's hand went like this. So I turned around, put my foot down and tried to grab my sister because I ain't gonna grab you know? So, and next thing you know, I just heard pop. So I'm thinking, I'm looking for my sisters, and then I'm just thinking it was a lady that did the shooting, because she said she was gonna shoot first. And then I'm looking, and then I see her on the ground, and then we try to leave, and I see a man with my sister holding her, like trying to not let her go. And then that's when we had called our mama, and we went to go get her, and came back, my sister caught her. And that's really it.
Where did your sister get a gun from?
I'm not sure where she got the gun from, but it was already on her.
And you never seen it before?
No.
Malot's account painted the sisters as people who simply came in for their missing food and found themselves caught in an escalating situation they did not start. But detectives needed more than one version, so they brought in the second sister.
If it's 4 y'all there, how did they get to that? You know what I'm saying?
When we got in there, mind you, they already missed. They claimed that we had fake 20s, but we didn't have fake 20s.
Somebody that worked there?
Yeah, they was like, we had fake 20. We had fake 20. Y'all never gave us the food and our change. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so when y'all give us our food or whatever, mind you, in the drive-thru at first, y'all give us our food. We only got half of the food. So we started telling them like, we missing this, we missing that. So they getting attitudes and shit, but y'all should have had the right. So we like, alright, we're just gonna come in the inside. So we come in the inside, we standing at the counter. I'm standing like this way, but I'm just standing at the counter, but I'm turning towards the counter. So the girl's like, we telling the lady what.
But what I was getting at is how you doing? There was so many of y'all, like none of y'all, I guess it could have happened so fast because none of y'all stopped to the one.
We didn't even know my little sister had the gun on her too, got into it, and this was so crazy. Then before my sister even pronounced that she had a gun, later already called for like, yeah, I had all y'all whole widow, all 4 of y'all, the exact what kind of house I had. That's why he asked for the camera. She like, she started calling people was coming in there. She like, I had y'all whole shot. So then when my sister turned and she was like, hell, who shot? And tugged on her like, I got one too, like type shit. So the lady was just steady whoop whoop. So mind you, by this time when they arguing, I'm still walking back and forth to my table back over there to my table, get my food and shit. So the lady started putting her hand in my face, doing all like this. So I pointed back on her face like, stop putting your hand in my face, like doing her hand like that. She mushed me 2 times and we started fighting. Then me and her started fighting. And that's when the gun went off, but I didn't know that it was my sister that shot. So when the gun went off, everybody just started running. I turned back around because I ain't see my sister come outside. So when I turned back around, I see the lady laying on the floor. My sister still in there, and the man had got up his fire on my sister.
The second sister's account closely matched Malo's on the broad strokes: missing food, staff with attitudes, a customer who inserted herself into something that was not her business. But where her account got specific was the moment things turned physical. She said Taniah mushed her twice, and that is when the fight broke out. What neither sister claims they expected was what came next, because while the two of them were in the middle of that fight, 19-year-old Taniah Evans reached into her waistband, pulled out a stolen firearm, and fired once. Tamanika Woods was hit in the chest. The restaurant erupted, people ran, employees scattered, and Taniah, her sisters, and the chaos of that afternoon spilled out onto Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, leaving Tamanika on the floor of a McDonald's, shot over a fast food order she never even got to finish. Paramedics rushed her to the hospital. She did not survive. Taniah Evans was 19 years old. The gun in her waistband was stolen, and somewhere between a drive-through complaint and a single pull of a trigger, a mother of 4 was gone. While her sisters had talked freely, Taniah sat quietly. She looked exhausted, overwhelmed, like someone who already understood the weight of what was sitting on the other side of that table. When investigators walked in and introduced themselves, they did what they were required to do first.
Alright. You go in the restroom? Okay. Alright. Yeah, I'm investigator Francis, the investigator McCowan. We definitely want to talk to you about everything that took place today. Just want to ask you a few questions. But before we do that, can I get your first name? Taniah Evans.
Spell it for me.
T''N''IYA''EVANS.
And what's your highest level of education?
Some college.
Okay. And is English your first language?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm not asking you this to be offensive, it's just standard, okay? Just to make sure you understand, okay? I'm gonna read you your Miranda rights before we ask you any questions, and we're gonna make sure that you understand, okay? So, you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand? Anything you say will be used in court as evidence against you. Do you understand? You are entitled to have a lawyer now and have him present now or at any time during questioning. Do you understand? If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you without cost, and he may be present at all times during your questioning. Do you understand? You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand? And I'm going to ask you again, and I need for a verbal answer, please. Do you understand these rights?
Yeah, but I need a lawyer. I do. My sister.
You say you do?
I gotta talk to my sister for my lawyer.
Okay. So, do you, but I still have to ask you the rest. Mm-hmm. But let me ask you again, do you understand these rights?
Taniah listened, and when they asked if she wanted to talk without a lawyer, she probably made one of the smartest decisions that day.
Do you wish to talk to us at this time without a lawyer? Okay. So no.
I can call my mama as the lawyer.
She said nothing further to detectives, but when they allowed her to call her mother, everything she had been holding in came out at once.
Taniah, we've been waiting on you to call.
Oh, please help me. I need a lawyer or something.
Okay, so listen. Don't write no statements. We've been talking to lawyers already. They're gonna come down there and talk to you tomorrow. They said do not talk over the phone. Don't talk about it over the phone. You are gonna be okay.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm on that, baby. You okay? Milo and Apple are home.
I want to come home.
I know you do. You just gotta calm down and stop crying. Everything's gonna get okay. There's a way you can call everything. Like, we put the time on the phone, and Lord Dad is like, Lord Dad, he gonna put time on money on your food.
Alright.
You already got like a pen and stuff like that, where like we can call you, enter a pen and stuff like that.
No, I'm at the headquarters in this room. I'm not
still down there.
Yeah.
That still got you in question. Did you write a statement?
No. I said I didn't want to talk.
Yeah, that's good. Keep it like that. Don't talk until your lawyer talk to you. Renee Rockwell is your lawyer for the time being. I'm gonna bring her down there and see what they saying and stuff like that. She's gonna try to get you up on here and all that. So just be quiet. Don't talk about it with nobody. You know what happened? They already got to be. Yeah, we know what happened. Everything. Some other people been recording. That was in there. Everything is it's gonna be alright.
Alright.
You okay?
No. I wanted to go.
Oh, okay. I just gotta be strong right now so everything can get settled and stuff until we get everything situated. Oh, they want to talk to us.
Alright.
You got my number? Somebody to
Yeah.
Okay, you got mama number, you know about her?
Yeah.
Okay. Apple number 2?
No.
Yeah, you need to get apple number 2.
What is it?
Your own phone number. Hold on. You know your own phone number?
Yeah.
Okay, because we got your phone right here too. Hold on. And so, and Keith said they don't know. Yeah, everybody clicked in, so if we know, we can get them. I'm going to take my phone out.
Alright. Alright, I gotta get an officer back his mom.
What's your charge? Did they give you any charge? Did they charge you again?
The man, the investigator came and said murder, aggravated assault,
In possession of firearm to commission of a felony.
and possession of firearm during a felony. I don't got a felony.
Murder is a felony.
Oh,
No, you're not a felon. You're not a felon.
No,
So don't
murder
worry
is a
about
felony,
that.
so you can't have it.
murder is the felony.
What you said, Murder. But she's not a felon.
No one said she's a
Did you
felon.
get charged by a convicted felon?
No.
No.
Oh, murder in the process of committing a felony. Yeah. Hello?
Yeah.
Don't say that. You okay? It's alright. We already got some money to take for that shit. Very good. You should move your hand up. They call my phone.
Alright, I love y'all.
Love you too. No thinking. Yeah, no thinking.
I love you too, twin.
No thinking.
In that phone call, you heard two things simultaneously. A mother holding herself together long enough to protect her daughter, telling her to stay silent, that lawyers were already being contacted, that everything was going to be okay. And a teenager completely falling apart, because somewhere between the McDonald's and that jail cell, the reality of what she had done had fully landed. She was 19 years old, and she had no idea she wasn't going home. While Taniah was on the phone with her mother, another mother was sitting in a hospital waiting room, being told she would never see her daughter alive again.
How y'all doing?
Hey, how you doing?
How y'all doing? My name is Officer Berlin with the Land Police Department.
That's mom.
That's mom, okay. They told you what's going on?
I want to see my baby. I need to see my baby.
Okay. So right now it's a homicide investigation, okay? Let me close the door. So it's a homicide investigation, okay? With a homicide investigation, there's a lot that goes into it, okay? Your child is unfortunately deceased, so she's considered a victim, okay? We have a lot of investigators and officers on the current scene of the incident, and they have to do search warrants and collect evidence and detain who they need to detain to make sure that we're doing everything correctly, okay? Your child has been worked on here. The AME is here, but I've been told and given strict orders not to allow you guys to see your child until everything is completely done with the investigation. And I've been told by the lead investigator. Okay. Once they do what they need to do with their end, you'll probably receive a phone call. Okay, and letting you know if you can see your child and identify your child. But I'm just an officer, and the lead investigators are currently working your child's scene right now on the RDA. Okay.
They have both suspects?
Right now, I'm not sure what's going on the scene. I was rushed to the hospital with your child to make sure that she was getting treatment. So I'm not sure what's going on the scene right now. Okay. But I just wanted to make sure I reached out to you and tell you guys my condolences. You know, stuff like this should never happen. You know what I mean? But once the lead investigator gets enough information, you guys will be notified, specifically you, since you're the mother.
So do she leave her contact information in?
Do they have anything? Did you reach out? Were you guys on scene?
Once I got there, the ambulance gone, I left.
So you didn't speak to anybody?
No.
Okay. You have can I get it? You got your name and information?
Yeah. I'm going to put it in our chart here, but I don't know how that works with, you know.
Well, can I get a spare piece of paper
Yeah.
so I can get her information so I can make sure she reach out to the investigator? Yeah, I got her ID. We're going to need her ID. Like I said, from her clothing down to her undergarments, everything is evidence because they have to conduct their own investigation, reference to the ME, reference to a homicide investigator, stuff like that. So, I'm sorry you're going through this, ma'am. I really am.
2 mothers, same night. One coaching her daughter through an arrest, another being told her daughter was gone. Taniah Woods was 30 years old. She walked into that McDonald's as a customer, stepped in to defend someone being disrespected, and never walked back out. Her 4 children will grow up without her. Not because of a gang dispute, not because of a long-running feud, because of a missing fast food order and a stolen gun in a teenager's waistband. By the end of that night, Taniah Evans was booked and charged with murder, aggravated assault, firearm possession during a felony, and theft by receiving a stolen weapon. Her 2 sisters were questioned and released without charges.
So, 3 sisters walked into a McDonald's over a missing order, got into a heated argument with staff, and when Taniah Woods, a customer who knew one of the workers, stepped in to defend them, the situation turned violent. A physical fight broke out, and Taniah Evans pulled a stolen gun from her waistband and fired once. She then stood before a judge and claimed she was defending herself, but there is a problem with that claim. And to understand why it was so difficult to sustain, you have to understand what Georgia law actually requires.
Hi, I'm Lisa Figueroa of the Florida Defense Team in Orlando. Unspoken Crime Murders asked me to give some legal insight, not legal advice, how self-defense is evaluated in a shooting case involving a public business. In cases where the suspect claims self-defense, the investigators are going to look at a few different things. They're going to look at how reasonable it was that the person used this deadly force, and was it proportional? Did it match the force that the other person was using? What were the circumstances that led up to it? Who provoked it? Investigators are also going to look at the evidence, physical evidence, digital evidence. Is there surveillance? They're going to talk to witnesses. They'll evaluate the crime scene. They're going to look at the timing about how things unfolded. And they may also look at what the person did afterward. The fact that someone was an unarmed victim doesn't necessarily mean that someone can't claim self-defense. But prosecutors and the investigators are going to look a little bit more closely at the evidence to see whether or not self-defense is valid. They may look at whether or not the unarmed person was actually larger or stronger than the person who used deadly force. They'll also look at whether or not that person was charging them or tackling them or somehow cornering them, where the person had no other way to avoid this imminent threat of serious bodily injury. The prosecutors will also look at whether or not the evidence shows the shooter was being attempted to be disarmed. So if the person that ended up getting shot was actually trying to take away the weapon when the person pulled it, that might be a factor they also consider. And then the biggest thing usually really is the defender's actions afterwards. Did they stay on the scene? Did they immediately call 911? Did they give consistent statements? And not that they necessarily should, but those are some of the things that they'll evaluate. At the end of the day, the prosecution will look at it, but ultimately in these cases, it ends up being a jury question. And those are the ones that get to decide whether or not the actions the shooter took was reasonable in that situation.
Thank you. Our Liza Lucas is here with the story that will have some new developments throughout today.
The family telling us that today a vigil will be held to remember Woods, who was a mother of 4. That vigil will be held this afternoon across the street from that very same restaurant. Now, the vigil starts at 4 p.m. The family is urging those who attend to bring royal blue and white balloons. And while it is a holiday week, this shooting happened in the middle of the day on Wednesday during a very busy time, not far from the mall at West End and the West End MARTA station.
In late 2024, Taniah Evans stood before a judge and entered a guilty plea. The original murder charge was dropped. She pleaded guilty to voluntary manslaughter, aggravated assault, and firearm possession during a felony. The judge sentenced her to 25 years in the Georgia Department of Corrections. She was 19 when she pulled that trigger. She will be in her 40s before she sees the outside of a prison cell. And Taniah Woods' 4 children will spend every single one of those years growing up without their mother. Let me know what you think about this case. Could it have been avoided? And please, if you noticed an important life lesson or warning, like and share the video so your loved ones can learn. Subscribe and turn notifications for more important cases. Until next time, remember that not every fight is worth your involvement, and walking away from a fight is never a weakness, but a chance for another day. Stay safe, stay wise, and thank you for joining us today. See you in the next story from Hidden Crime Network. Bye for now.